Hello Libra, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Libra, we are going down a whole new path of a style of reading this week, spurred on by a very interesting dream that I had. You can go read about the details of that dream in my community section of my page if you want to. So we're going to find out, what is your black swan? So your black swan is the symbol of some sort of precious find in life. And it could be just a beautiful gift that you have within yourself that you work on developing and opening up through your lifetime. It could be some sort of realization about yourself. It could be finding something precious outside of yourself, you know, that other people didn't see, and it's kind of there for you. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways the black swan can be seen. So we're going to look at the black swan. What is this precious find for you in life? And then I'm also going to ask, what could, see, you're going to say, well, why are you going to ask what I'm about to ask? It has to do with my dream. So I'm not going to go into my dream at the beginning of all these videos. You can go read about it, as I said, in the community section. I'm going to ask, what could destroy, suppress, or even steal away this black swan from you in this lifetime? And then, what would nurture and help to grow and develop and help you achieve or gain or claim this black swan? So there's two ways this could go. So it's a very eye-opening reading. And my right hand is really itchy. I hope that means I'm going to get lots of money. Lots of money come to mama. So anyway, that's not very spiritual, but you know what? You gotta eat. You gotta eat, put clothes on. So Libra, this is general. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does, and you're drawn to it, baby, there is an extended. And the link to that can be found at the top of the description within this video. I am using a combination deck to get started. It is the combined efforts of the my Goddess Oracle deck and my Starseed Oracle deck, and then I'm going into my Energy Oracle deck, and then I do have my Lightseer Tarot. But let's see. I'm not saying I gotta use those. We're just keeping this open, baby. Libra's black swan. Tell us all about Libra's black swan. It's interesting too, because you look up the meaning of the black swan. There's so many. I really gravitated towards the more indigenous cultures, how they saw the black swan as almost like sort of an avian unicorn. Like there was mythology around it. Stories, but no one ever seen one, and then they did, and there's photographs of them now that they do exist, and they are actually a really good omen, and I believe that too. But there are some that say it's bad. You just have a bad attitude. Always sassy Cindy, Libra. Okay. Libra's black swan. I can see you have goddess energy up here. Oh, inexperience. Shit. The stuff you don't know. Wow. All the things you're going to encounter in life that you are not experienced in. This is your black swan. Ooh, this feels like it probably pushes some buttons. You got a black swan that is probably a little moody. I'm literally seeing in my mind's eye a moody black swan. Aren't y'all lucky? Well, hey, God only gives the toughest tests to the strongest people. So I literally see kind of a moody black swan. In that, you know, some days your black swan is great, things are flowing, and all of a sudden something gets thrown at you, or you get a curveball in life. You know, I thought we were getting along great, black swan. Or I don't know if they really make any sounds. I don't think they do. They're kind of quiet, but they might peck at you. It's like moody. I'm literally picturing pickling. Maybe you'd like to pickle your black swan. Maybe you pickle yourself periodically. I don't know, but there's so many funny words coming out with this. Inexperience, though. Persephone. It's so beautiful. It's innocence on some level too. The beauty. It's so. the innocence. I feel like your black swan is a lot about what's inside you. But I do feel like it's meant to be pushed towards things that you've never experienced before, types of personalities that you've never dealt with before, situations that you've never been in before. Like, it's all really, yeah, my right hand is really itchy. I hope that's a good sign. I'm going to win the lottery. Oh my, yeah. So we're going to keep going. Okay, but what, I ask, pray tell, could destroy this, could steal it from you? Liberation, Kali. That's interesting. It's also interesting because the first part of this word is the first part of Libra. Libra, liberate, liberation. I do feel like you, on on pretty much all levels, are the only one that could really truly steal or stop this beautiful black swan from exercising itself throughout your lifetime, because your black swan appears to be something kind of internalized here, but yet it is triggered by outside sources and pushed to grow by outside source. How you choose to liberate yourself. I feel like you often will find liberation, or the quest to liberate, in situations that you do not feel completely experienced in. So you're kind of paddling down a path, swimming down a river that you are not familiar with the shoreline, and you're not familiar with the current, like how it's moving. So there's like almost an instinct. I need to save myself from this. No, yeah, that is the best metaphor, just how it played out. You do not need to save yourself from this. That's how that comes out, as how you could possibly destroy, steal this beautiful black swan. Because going down that river, that inexperienced body of water that you've never been in, that shoreline that you do not recognize, you are not meant to liberate yourself from it. You are meant to flow into it. Because inexperience is your black swan. It's your precious find in life. Wow. I do feel like you're probably, well, most of us are. So, but maybe you a little bit more typically enjoy the feeling, the comfortable feeling of understanding what's going on. People are pretty predictable in this situation. I've sussed them out. I get kind of how they function. I understand the workings of this environment. I understand the workings of that person, right? You create some predictability in your life so that you can kind of navigate through it really well. Your black swan doesn't grow like that. You don't grow like that. Literally, I hope that metaphor made sense to you, because it's the best way that I could even try to imagine how to describe liberation as something that could actually destroy your beautiful, precious find in life, is fighting against it in some way. And you know, the stream, the river, that to me is the Six of Swords in the tarot. And it's kind of like letting go and releasing and seeing where the divine takes you. The divine wants to take you in this lifetime down rivers that are unfamiliar, Libra. So what the energy that will that could nurture your black swan, that will nurture your black swan, allow it to grow, allow you to grow. The Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Oh. You know, there's more than just kind of the divine guiding you guys here. I love that we have these starseed cards thrown into this. And I will say thrown in, because I think in terms of the numbers of cards, I think the Goddess deck has more cards than the starseed deck. And this is just, I feel like it's a beautiful splash of some sort of deep insight into your life. So the Star Brothers, so very old Egyptian energy. I'm getting the Nile. The Nile is almost the river that you were probably, your soul is very familiar with. But if you think about existence here on life, here on earth in life, there are so many different rivers to go down. But protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. all of that right there tells me that with the Star Brothers, it's not just the divine that is kind of pushing you down avenues, possibly often feeling like, you know, just when I feel like I've got everything stabilized and figured out, I get a curveball from the universe. The curveball is coming from what I would call your soul family. Like, you're actually doing these things to bring experience, a wealth of experience into the tool belt of soul family. And they, if you trust, they will serve you. They will keep you safe in these periods of inexperience, perhaps even when you feel like, I need to liberate myself from this. I need to get myself out of this situation. They're often asking you to understand the people and the situation a little bit more before you would even do that. You are protected. You are kept safe. That's almost a message to say, don't always fight against what feels like the curveball in life, because this is helping this black swan within you grow. And the black swan is a beautiful, precious thing. It's a rarity. It is the rarity, the precious find in your life. And I think the important thing of the black swan, which kind of came out in my dream, was like, I found one in a bag and kind of tried to look after it. It was an egg to let it hatch. I didn't know what was in it. And then I saw how beautiful it was. But I think that that's the thing, like this, if you don't allow yourself to grow your black swan, and I'm not going to say it's easy, because it doesn't feel like easy energy. It feels like even something myself, I'm like, oh, shit, me, I gotta figure out, I gotta get onto the shore and start walking somewhere where it feels familiar. I feel grounded. But developing this will allow you to go really towards those that will embody this soul family energy for you. And it feels very ancient with Horus energy. Yeah, and I get with falcons and eagles too, this sense of being guided by the universe. So allow the universe to take you down these paths that do not feel like that's the path you had planned for y'all. What's at the bottom? Secrets, yeah. Yeah, you probably end up going down paths and you're like, I don't know why this is happening to me. Why? What did I do? It's not what you did. It's about what you're going to learn and achieve and grow within it. The answer, my friend, is probably down the end of the river. There's a quest. It's like a quest. Your soul is on a quest here. But having a very strong Libra mind, and working incredibly hard to exercise balance and truth and fairness in all things. Feeling like, you know, I keep getting the raw end of the stick here, the raw end of the deal, the short end of the stick, the raw end of the deal, universe. There's something for you to find down there that's going to make you stronger and bigger. It's make this black swan. It's almost like every time you have to, even picturing a swan going down a river, it's got to be able to swim down that river and try to find a food source and try to find safety, try to find rhythm that matches itself. But don't fight, go. Think of what a swan would do. If you watch birds, really, honestly, I've never seen a bird really try to fight the wind or try to fight the direction of the water. It's like, well, this is where I'm going today. And they will just kind of like keep themselves balanced. They'll gently sort of try to steer themselves. If you watch birds when it's really windy, they can't, if they want to go that way, the wind is not going to let them go that way in that manner. And if you watch them, they'll come around and they'll do sort of like, it's going to take a long way to get there, but that's the only way I can get there is to go with the wind. So, wow, it's actually really a sense of release. And what's so interesting is like just with this liberation card with the swords, It's been a while since I've looked this up, but it feels like, you know, you just be cautious and careful of how and what and where you cut things out and how you go about liberating. And I do want to say that it's likely situations where you may come off a little bit harsh or a little bit too strong, and you may end up, I'm just seeing like the Five of Swords, cutting things out that really didn't need to be so strongly and aggressively cut out of your life. But it's almost as if perhaps you've already been down difficult roads, having to kind of sort through things and feel like you're juggling. I really don't understand these personality types that I'm dealing with, or this situation that I've been brought down, or this path that doesn't make sense to me. And then you go down another one. It's almost like you could end up going down rivers that lead to other rivers. And the other river you end up on, that you were brought to via one turbulent river, is actually one where you're going to have great growth and achievement. But again, it's unfamiliar, and you may feel like you're being attacked, or you may feel like it's just, you know, something. You need to save yourself from something. And at that point is where I can see you coming out perhaps too strongly. Yeah, this is so interesting. Okay, so what is the energy oracle going to tell us here? The precious find in life. Oh my goodness. Oh, inexperience of the heart. Inexperiences that are meant to help you open your heart. Woman holding a heart. Inexperiences with love. So, y'all, Persephone, why am I not remembering her story? I'm not. It's got to be linked to something about love. This has the feeling of, right now, let me pull these down. I figured out why I keep pushing everything away so far on the table. It's because I don't have my glasses on. So I can see better far away. This is the beautiful rhythm of love. All the different ways that this can be explored and found. Now, it's the black swan for you. I feel like part of the importance of developing your internal black swan here, which is going down many roads that are unfamiliar, and trying to sort yourself through them, is because you sort yourself through that. And you really start to understand yourself by engaging in so many different types of experiences. And you are sort of like fine-tuning your own guidance system here to the things that you desire and the things that you do not. I know I do not want to desire that situation again, or that personality dynamic, or whatever it could be, but I'm going in this direction. So it's almost like, yeah, like fine-tuning, you know, like I'm seeing somebody looking for water. What do they call that with the stick? Yeah, looking for water. My grandfather had that talent. He actually found an artesian well where he lived. He got it, and like he was very, now I look back at him, he was very warlocky. I don't think he would have ever called himself that, but he was, yeah, he found an artesian well, and he actually had to pay to have them to take water out, because it was just like a gusher. But that's what I see here, like, too, and thinking about that, even that coming up, just water, the water element, emotional guidance system, like, and allowing yourself to find that through, no, it's not here, it's not there, oh, right, like, it just feels like that. But I feel like it's also meant for you to connect with someone else's beautiful black swan. So the black swan on some levels, too, for you could be, we could classify it as your whole self, really allowing your soul to speak to your mind in this lifetime. Really opening up to that. But the heart, it's very important for you, Libra. What could steal this? Angel of strength, liberation. I'm hearing your own stubbornness. Your own stubbornness. Your own sense of independence. Where is this going? Okay. Look at this. The healer of the ages. I mean, the universe would like you. Your star family, your soul family would like you to really grow your soul in this lifetime. And growing a soul is not easy. Growing a soul is very hard work. It is, you know, I always kind of like to look at people that, we can't say that not everyone has struggles. I mean, we look at people's lives from the outside and go, oh, that person's life seems pretty easy. Not everyone's life is. Well, really no one's is. But some are definitely easier than others. Like there are some people that will experience homelessness. There were some people that will experience like physical and emotional abuse. Like there's just so many different levels of what people experience here on earth. And I do feel that when people are living lives that, you know, things seem pretty easily paved out. There aren't a lot of major conflicts or wounding that goes on. It's almost like a respite. I see it as a respite for that person's soul. Like they've probably already gone through some tough lessons and they're having more of a, just easing through this lifetime, learning some smaller lessons, fine-tuning the lessons that they've already worked on. But I'm not getting that with you. I'm sorry. I'm not getting that with you. I am getting like you are engaged in a lifetime of big lessons, big soul choices here, fine-tuning your soul's guidance system, incorporating your heart in that, which probably also involves like liberating, and the heart here, like probably a lot of, I want to say kind of 10 of swords. Yeah, 10 of swords, painful endings. But you being the one that has to perhaps even liberate yourself. I saved myself from that river, Cindy. You can hear some of you saying, I saved myself from that turbulent river. And perhaps you did. But not every turbulent river is going to need you to liberate yourself. Some turbulent rivers, look at this, like honest to goodness, safety, protection, loyalty, beautiful, and healing. I feel like too that there's something down the river for you in life here. At some point in your lifetime, your black swan is going down the river to meet another black swan. And in that, it's going to be very healing for both of you. But I do feel as well that, well, for both of you, I mean, this is where I'm leading this too as well, that you will become a healer. You are meant to heal yourself in many ways in this lifetime. And it kind of feels like as you go through this lifetime and get closer to the quarter of the way through, halfway, 3/4 point, whatever that is, that you then become the healer. That's often the story with a lot of healers, is that you have to learn how to heal yourself through many different things before you can heal others. Oh, community. Envy. Ooh, that's an interesting energy at the bottom. Be careful with this, right? Now, when I was talking about different people who have lifetimes that seem a little bit easier, they, you know, things just kind of flow. They live a nice long life. Their soul is kind of taking a respite. It's a bit of a vacation lifetime for them. That's a really, I kind of think a healthy way to look at other people's lives, particularly if yours is difficult, because envy is a really easy thing to creep in on us when we are experiencing difficult times, hardships. I mean, how could someone who is possibly homeless, never felt love, support from a family unit, how could they not really, how could envy not start to creep in that person? Looking at, you know, a family walking down the street and everyone's laughing and having a good time. The kids seem to be well treated by the parents and they're joyful, and you watch them walk into their home. That's gotta hurt. It does. So, and I just feel like there might be areas in the community where you, in your community, past, present, future, where you have seen or will see things that might produce this energy. It's a normal feeling to have. It's just what you want to try to do, right? Is work through it and try to, even if you like, even myself. So that's what I've come up with for myself. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It doesn't really matter. It's their lifetime. and it's not mine. So it's like, yeah. Because you want to try to work through feelings that may bring you into lower vibrational frequencies. Envy is definitely one of them. Let's hit the tarot and get just a tiny bit more depth into this black swan. Petulant. Petulant black swan. Moody, petulant. I like it though. Yeah, it's very, very kind of Lilith in a way. Very kind of Lilith. Isn't that interesting? I talked about homelessness too, right? Like Lilith was banished from the Garden of Eden. That's really interesting that that's coming through. I haven't thought about Lilith in a while. And here it is in your reading. So, all right. Oh, the Ten of Cups. Oh, come on. You guys are meant to just have a really, really beautiful life at some point. Because I feel like it's a bit of a river getting there. It really is a bit of a river getting there for you. But look at this. Inexperience. This could be something that you've never felt, that you've never experienced. Like, I've had people come into my channel and it just blows my mind, who are even homeless, and they still have their phone, and I guess they get Wi-Fi and like coffee shops and stuff, and people who have experienced homelessness. And I'm blown away. And actually, I often don't comment because I don't know what to say, because I feel like those people that have experienced hardships to that level that I haven't even experienced, I don't have words that can really express that. I feel like I really need to be face to face with someone to express that, like how I feel and how I honor that. And I just think it just shows incredible strength and character. But like that whole scenario of, this is the kind of love that you've never felt, that you've never seen, that you've never experienced. God, that's what your black swan really is about, is finding a type of love that you've never felt or known. That's so beautiful. Your black swan is trying to get you to grow to a certain level, because there's, I like to call it a brown paper bag somewhere. So it's something that's kind of indescript. It's maybe overseen by a lot of other people, but there's something very precious inside it. And that's what goes on with really all of us with the black swan. It's precious and it's inside. It can't be seen. You are meant to experience a type of love that perhaps no one in your family has, that you haven't witnessed on your own. I don't know what that is, but that could be, it sounds pretty big. Okay, so your liberation, your strength, I want to say perhaps a level of stubbornness, independence too, because the Ten of Cups is not independent. This is experience between you and someone else or others. Lovers, the choices that you make. Are you going to make choices? Wow. Now this feels like past, because we're talking about you experiencing something absolutely beautiful that you've never felt before. Yet you've needed to liberate yourself. I do feel that. You've needed to liberate yourself. You've been guided by angels too, to help you in moments when you felt you just weren't strong enough to keep going or to keep doing something or to initiate something. Having an angel to say, okay, I'm going to help you a bit here today. I'm going to pave the way a little bit smoother. I'm going to give you a little shot of strength. But why? So choices from the past. Just because you've experienced certain things from the past, it doesn't mean that's what you have to experience in the future. So interesting. All those rivers you've been down were literally meant to prepare you for the final river. Oh, I'm hearing that Billy Joel song. I was funny. I haven't had a song come in for a long time. Is it the River of Dreams? Go walking in the night to the valley of the... I can't get the words. I can just hear his voice in the tune. I'm curious. Look that up. Look up Persephone. Giving you guys homework. Look up Persephone. I'm going to do it. Maybe you already know, but then the lyrics to that song. Okay, what can nurture? The Page of Wands. Get out there. Do it. Feel it. Go for it. Communication. Throwing the plan away too. I always get this. I just find this is just very kind of spontaneous. Be spontaneous in situations that you feel completely inexperienced in. Just be spontaneous and be yourself. Don't overplan. There's a reason that you have to be spontaneous and be yourself. Well, this is really different. The Two of Wands. I feel like some of you are kind of out there like hoping and dreaming and wishing. Not really out there, in there. Inside, hoping, dreaming, and wishing. You don't really need to do that so much as start going down some avenues. And if the avenues are not readily presenting themselves, you kind of come out of your comfort zone a little bit. Like, join something. Just join. I was going to join fencing, but I have to get all my own equipment, and I don't want to do that right now. So I'm not going to do that. So see, I came up with an excuse, but maybe I should have done it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I don't want to invest in all of that right now. But yeah, this is definitely about throwing the plan away. On some level, taking all the lessons that you've possibly learned too up to now, and realizing that those lessons strengthened my internal black swan. Gave my black swan strong legs for swimming, strong wings to start flying. And I don't need to expect the same rivers that I've been down before. Oh, and wow. Some of you are returning to the River Nile. Like the river where it all began. Oh, wow. My goodness. Some of you are returning to the river where it all began. Almost like an initial... Like if you started your lifetimes, you know, hundreds, thousands of years ago here, and you initiated something down that lifetime. It could be a connection with someone. It could have been a promise. We will meet again in 1,000 years, in 2,000 years. Wow, that's really beautiful. It's as if in this lifetime, your black swans have reached the promise, whatever that was, and return down the River Nile, where there is loyalty, protection, safety, and trust, healing, spontaneity, freedom. I really get a sense of freedom with that too. Wow, Libra, that was really interesting. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to look at the blind spot that exists within your black swan, and then just get like full-on advice for you as well. Thank you so much, Libra. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.